Okay. 10 more seconds. Wrap up number 3. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Okay, so, number 1, we are looking for the equation of these lines. I want everyone to talk to their group. What equations did you get for the first 3 graphs? Turn and talk, go. Okay, everybody, let's come back. What was the equation for the first graph? Everyone call out.
Y. Oh, y would equal 5x plus 2.
If you didn't have this, make sure you're writing it down. What was the equation for the second one?
Y
equals 2x plus 2.
negative 2.
Okay, you had 2x plus 2. What is our y-intercept?
1.
So should this be 2?
No.
Let's fix it.
Y with negative 2 over 1 x. Y came plus 1.
Okay. What about for the last one?
Y equals 1 over negative 2x minus 1.
Does everyone agree with that?
Okay.
Great.
Everybody tired.
I can tell. Number 2. Bob is graphing a linear equation. He has forgotten his slope, but he did plot the points 2, 7, and 3, 12 correctly. What was the equation of Bob's line? How would we get that, Dion?
Put x1 and y1, x2 and y2.
What is that called? Say it louder. Okay, so what is it called when we do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1? Michael? Point slope formula. Everyone, turn and tell your partner. What is that called? Okay, great. What was the answer?
I got y equals
Y equals what? It should be m equals 5 over 1, or just 5. We're looking for slope. Okay, number 3. Calculate the roots of the quadratic function. What's another word for root? Everyone call out. Zeros. X-intercepts.
Roots.
Solutions.
Roots.
Everyone, talk to your group. Say all 3 of these words. Go. Say it again. You got them? Perfect. So how are we going to solve number 3? Tony? How are we going to solve number 3?
Calculate the roots of the quadratic function.
How are we going to do that? What are we going to use, Lydia? Okay, so we're going to have a quick race, 30 seconds. The first person who could write the quadratic formulas correctly on their paper is going to get 5 tickets. Write it again. That time doesn't count. Write it again. First person who can write it, 30 seconds,
I
go.
don't remember.
I got it.
That's important.
Yes. Richard has it. Let's see. Everyone, make sure you're writing this formula on your paper. This is quadratic equation. super important. Yes.
What does the quadratic formula equal? Maurice,
X.
what are we solving for?
X is,
X-intercept. So should it be equal to Y?
well,
What should that
I was
be?
supposed to change that.
X.
Let's see what happens.
Okay. Everyone has this written down? Very good.
Let me get the rest of that.
Everyone pull out your note cards. You have 15 seconds. 10 seconds.
I need number 9. I need number 9.
That's fine, we'll get it after. Okay, everyone, on the top of your cards, EZ, EOC, number 10. Yeah, you need a card? Does everyone have their cards? Okay. Next to your EZ, EOC, number 10, we're gonna write isolate. We are going to be doing the same thing that we did yesterday, only we're gonna break it down a little bit farther. Make it a lot simpler. So when we isolate our variable, to isolate it, what do we have to do to get it by itself? The opposite of whatever it's called. That's called the inverse. Okay? So we're gonna write addition. The inverse of addition is, call it out, subtraction. Then you can write a little multiplication sign. The inverse of multiplication is, call out, division. Perfect. Everyone, make sure you get this down. This is the most important thing that we're going to do today. Just dealing with the inverse operations. Okay, flip your card over. We're going to do an example problem. You can write 3y minus 6x equals 10. And we want to solve for x. So we're going to follow the same steps that we followed yesterday. First thing we do is circle what we're solving for. Okay, the first thing that we could do is get rid of the 3y. We know that this is addition, so we're going to subtract 3y from each side. Those are going to cancel. Left with negative 6x equals 10 minus 3y. Now, we know that this negative 6 is being multiplied by the x. To get our x by itself, we're going to divide by negative 6. And we have x equals 10 minus 3y, all divided by negative 6. Put a square around it, that is your answer. Once you isolate your variable, you're done. One second.
Everyone, what we're going to do, we're going to jump in with 3 problems that you're going to practice with your team, which means I am looking for the team with the most conversation.